What is going on, everyone? Thank you so much for checking out episode 5.
5?
Yes.
5. Cinco?
5. I was thinking the same thing. Booker T, 5 times.
Booker! King Booker!
Episode 5 of Small Town Cinema.
5 times. 5 times. 5. Sorry.
I am your host, Johnny, as well as...
I am 5 times. 5 times. Randy.
And today, we are reviewing one of Randy's favorite horror films of all time.
It's part of my favorite, probably, horror film franchise.
I was going to say, I knew this ranked really high on your...
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
But...
Definitely does. And I didn't think I was only 8 when it came out.
No, you wasn't. You was 10.
Oh, yeah. I was born in 86, not 88. Sorry. Yeah. I was 10.
Dude, you had the same conversation off camera.
No.
We're the same age. I was 10 years old.
I be forgetting sometimes.
But
anyway,
we are talking about Wes Craven's Scream.
That's right.
And this was one of the first films that my mom chose to let me and my brother go to the theater and watch by ourselves.
Interesting choice.
That's kind of what I thought.
So it just goes to show you where times have come since then.
Yes.
10 years old. We were able to go to this movie theater by ourselves and watch this movie.
Yeah.
Today, you have to have written permission and your parents' ID to enter an R-rated movie.
I remember my brother telling me about this film because he's my older brother. He's a couple years older. And I remember him saying, Johnny, at the beginning of this movie, they're supposedly supposed to talk about Michael Myers and Freddy and Jason. So that intrigued me at 10 years old. I was like, sweet. And then they ended up doing it at the very beginning with the trivia.
Mm-hmm.
But I may get a lot of hate for saying this right off the bat, but I still feel like this is one of those franchises that even though I enjoy, I feel like this could have easily been a one and done. And I still feel like Scream would be one of the most talked about horror films of all time.
Yes, it absolutely would have been. Because it set such a precedent for the idea of horror movies in horror movies. You know
Absolutely.
I mean? But I'm not going to sit there and say that I wish they would have just done one movie and been done with it. Because there were some great movies that came after it.
Great.
I mean, we're not talking about...
I'm just playing.
3.
Just playing.
We're not talking about 3.
Yes.
Horrible. But 5 was really good. 6 was really good. Again, movies that could have ended the entire franchise on their own.
2 was really good.
2 was really good.
Yeah, I like the
and
college atmosphere.
Yeah, 4 wasn't terrible.
I need to go back and watch that because, and you're going to laugh, but I mean, you may even notice it. What kept me from really enjoying 4 is the picture quality.
I'd have to go back and watch it because I don't necessarily...
It looks like it's fuzzy through the entire thing. I don't know what kind of cameras they were using, but...
It's low budget. They're using iPhone 4s.
Like, I've watched it on DVD. I've watched it on Blu-ray. Maybe 4K, maybe better. I don't know. But yeah, there's just something weird about the camera. Lighting or something in the film. I don't know.
Well, it's on Paramount. We can pull it up one day.
Yeah, see if it looks any different.
Mm-hmm.
But...
one of the reasons we decided to go ahead and do this one is because next week...
Yep.
The new one comes out.
Scream 7.
Matthew Lillard makes his on-screen.
Don't say that.
You know it's going to happen.
Do you know now, and you call me being defiant, I hope he doesn't show up.
He will.
Because, to me, if he does, I'm not going to be surprised because I've already ruined it. Social media ruins movies.
I can understand that 100% because if you were watching this back in the early 2000s, and they came out with Scream 7 in 2013 or 2003 or 2004. It would have been a shock for him to just... I mean, he had his head smashed with a TV. Spoiler alert. It would have been a shock for him to show it back up on the screen.
Right.
But there's been all the reports that he's coming back. There's been, snippets of this. There was the trailer that... the one trailer that I remember seeing at the end of the trailer, you heard "Surprise, Sydney,"
and
that was his big reveal in the original Scream, the one we're getting ready to review,
Yeah.
when he revealed to City that he was one of the killers.
Right.
So I'm sitting there thinking, and another hint in the trailer said, I've been waiting a long time for this.
Mm-hmm.
He's been waiting 30 years. I mean, come on.
Yeah, don't he say something about he it's a quick comment, but he said something about don't you remember Sydney or something about I don't remember. He made a comment, but it
From the
sounded
trailer?
like, yeah.
I've only watched it once.
That's what I was fixing to say. I only watched it that once, and
because if you haven't learned anything from me and Johnny yet, if it's a movie that we really are excited to see, we try to avoid any and all trailers.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Last Rites almost got ruined for me on a YouTube trailer that came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I'll watch maybe a trailer once. If it's like Scream 7, I've watched that one trailer and I was done.
I would prefer how they always release a teaser trailer.
Yeah.
Just do the teaser trailer and don't ever put anything else out. When you watch a trailer and it's 3 minutes plus, I don't watch it because I'm like, no, you've done.
It is, and they always want to release multiple trailers that give you different scenes and cuts from the movie. Right. So if you watch all of those, there's been a lot of movies where if you watch 4 different trailers, you've watched the whole movie.
Yeah.
At least the ones, the parts that were worth watching.
Yeah, like that's like I'm so excited for Evil Dead Burn. It comes out today. Comes out this year. And how he feels about Scream. Yes, Halloween is my favorite like horror movie, and I love the franchise. But there's not one bad movie in the Evil Dead franchise, and I like that they can go with, the different books and characters. They don't have to have Ash Williams every time.
Now this will be the trilogy for this one, right? Or is it technically the sequel? I know they did the remake.
Yes,
and I don't know if Evil Dead Rise was
the sequel to that,
the sequel to the remake or not.
That's where I don't know. It's kind of
in essence, it's basically doing the same thing that Halloween did with the different trails that you can go down from the original.
Yeah, because you have the timeline of part 1, 2, and 3, and then Ash versus Evil Dead, which obviously is everybody's favorite timeline. But then you have the 2013 remake, which we have to watch because I think you're going to dig it.
I still haven't watched it. I did enjoy Rise, though. Rise was a good movie.
Oh, yeah.
Really great movie.
And I don't know, like I said, I don't want to start talking about the Evil Dead movies because then you'll never get me shut up. But anyway, I can't wait to watch that film, but I don't want to watch any trailers except for maybe the teaser trailer.
Yeah.
But that's like me and you when we watched The Conjuring: The Last Rites. I hadn't seen anything on it because I want to go in I want to be shocked. I want to be surprised.
I watched like 25 seconds of the one that surprised me on YouTube, and I was mad.
But no, I do enjoy this franchise, the Scream franchise. It's not necessarily one of my favorites, but the first film is one of my favorites, if that makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
You can look around at my stuff. I don't really own anything Scream related, and we'll get into why here in a little bit. But no, so it's been 30 years.
30. Since
this film was released. And to me, this shows exactly why Wes Craven is the master of horror. Not only did he give us one of the greatest horror icons, which is Freddy Krueger.
Hold up. Over John Carpenter?
I said he's one of them.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant he is okay.
But he gave us, you look at it, Freddy Krueger. Then he gave us Scream. I believe he's the one that did The People Under the Stairs.
I think so.
He also gave us The Hills Have Eyes.
Uh-huh.
And I know other people's gonna be like, but you left this out. That's my top 4 that I can think of as of right now.
Yeah.
John Carpenter gave us Halloween. He gave us The Thing. And that's what's funny. You don't like that, but that has been voted the best horror movie of all time.
It was the ending, man. The ending sucked.
Did you see where he's already wrote a sequel for that, and they're going to be doing it?
Really?
And
the movie came out like 80 years ago.
They've asked him if there was any clues to who was the final, and he said, yeah, but he said, I'm not going to tell you. He said, you'll just have to figure it out. So I need to go back and watch it and see. But he did say there's a subtle hint.
But see, I like that because it's the same thing that The Sopranos did in the very last episode.
But then you hate on the movie though, and the movie was so good.
No. It was no.
But and then John Carpenter gave us Christine, didn't he? Was that Christine or was that?
Man, don't give me.
No, that was.
You know the director's a whole lot better than I do.
I don't know why I said Christine. I meant The Fog, and he gave us They Live.
Yep.
So Christine, where did that pop in from?
I don't know.
I think that was Stephen King.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I don't know why that popped in, but
anyway.
See, this is the kind of stuff, man. On our old podcast, we used to have Small Town Horror. We would do episodes just called Horror Talk, and this is what we would do. So we need to have
2 hours at a time.
We need to have just a cinema talk, and we discuss everything that, like, I think that would be a long episode.
I'll take a vacation from work to do that.
Right. But getting back on track, 30 years ago, Wes Craven introduced us to this film, and
not only to this film, but to one of the most iconic slasher horror characters of all times.
Ghostface.
And yes, Michael Myers, iconic slasher. Yeah. Freddy Krueger. If you want to consider, I would consider Freddy a slasher.
Oh yeah. He'd be slashing people in their dreams.
Yeah. Yeah, for real. But Ghostface is iconic when it comes to slasher.
He does not outdo Michael.
No. I'm not saying okay. No. I'm not saying he is.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is he is just as iconic.
They are.
What?
Ghostface.
They, yeah, technically.
But
the Ghostface character.
Right.
Doesn't matter who's wearing the suit.
So to give
Spoiler
a quick summary of this film is following a high school group of friends, and the main actress is Neve Campbell.
Sidney Prescott.
Yes, who is one of the best, if not the best, final girls.
Oh, yeah.
She is.
Had a big crush on her back in the day. Big crush.
And she still looks good.
No, yeah. She's a very pretty woman.
But pretty much we're following this group of friends, and I will say that one of the most iconic openings to any film is this right here.
Mm-hmm. With Drew Barrymore.
Yes, and having said that, and I get that she was a bigger name, but I hate the poster for this movie. I hate the DVD cover where she's on it because I'm like, you were not a major character.
You were in it for 10 minutes.
Right.
Yeah. No, it should have been Sydney.
Have you seen the new poster for Scream 7, the one we're going to see next week?
Mm-mm.
They recreated it, and instead of Drew Barrymore, it's Sydney now in front of it.
So
where her face is.
So they corrected the original.
That's what I feel like.
Gotcha.
But anyway, these phone calls start happening, and not only do Sydney gets chased and stalked by this slasher, but now her friends are getting stalked as well. And the killer likes to call on the phone and give them trivia of horror movies and questions, and pretty much if they don't answer them right, they're done.
But the thing about it is, he only did it with Drew Barrymore.
Well,
he only did that with Casey. That was the only one that he called and did a trivia thing with.
Right, but I was going to say,
sorry,
but he does start quizzing people to like, which door am I at?
Yeah.
Where, stuff like that, which I think is awesome because one of the biggest stories that I grew up with, like, was the babysitter and I'm in the house.
Yeah.
Have you checked on the baby lately? Stuff like that.
Yeah.
But one thing I love about this film is I always like to pick which one is Stu and which one is Billy. Like, who did the killing?
Yeah.
Spoiler
alert, if you haven't seen it in the last 30 years.
That's your fault.
Yeah. The killer is Stu. What was his last name?
Don't get me lying.
Yeah, I don't remember either. But it's Stu, which is
Matthew Lillard.
And then Billy Loomis, who is played by Skeet Ulrich.
Yeah, something like that.
Name?
Yeah.
But they end up eventually being the killers. Storyline with them is they're friends with each other, and Billy is actually dating Sidney Prescott, Neve Campbell.
And I like the fact that this film really introduces us to Randy,
Oh yeah,
who is played by Jamie Kennedy, which is an
freaking phenomenal actor. He's so freaking. He's so good. Such a good actor. Love him.
Jamie Kennedy.
Yes,
He is a good actor.
he's a great actor.
I wouldn't go that far.
He's a great actor.
But
Like I'm not obsessed with him like your daughters are.
Yeah, we met him 2 years ago at Horror Hound. Him and actually Skeet was there.
Yeah.
And it was awesome, man. We got a photo taken. I'll post it on here. But me and Jody, and she wanted to hug Jamie so bad, and I stood next to Skeet. And the mask that I had him sign, he's holding up. It's a Ghostface mask. It was pretty cool.
But he's the horror movie expert in the movie. Okay, he works at a movie theater.
Randy.
Randy. Not this Randy, but that Randy. Which for you younger kids out there, movie theater was where we would go to rent movies.
It's a movie rental, not a theater.
Yeah, movie rental. Yeah, like it was a Blockbuster. I know you don't know what that is, but anyway, yeah. Sorry, makes me feel really old.
But I really feel like there's not a weak cast member in this movie. Of course, we got David Arquette, who portrays the lovable Dewey.
I love Dewey.
And his favorite, Courtney Cox.
Not my favorite. I just like messing with you because you hate on her so much. She was great in this one.
Oh, yeah. But she plays...
Gail Weathers.
Yes. I just wish they would hurry up and end Gail Weathers.
It's been 7 movies, 30 years. Deal with it. They'll probably kill her in this one.
Anyway. I'd rather her just not show back up.
And the Fonzie is in this movie also. Henry Winkler.
Yeah.
He plays the principal.
He does a great job.
Mm-hmm. He's cool. But he dies really weird.
Spoiler alert.
30 years.
But no, what I really dig about the movie is that it's based around all of this stalking. You don't know who it's coming from. But then, to me, it's creepy that it's coming from 2 high school best friends who are obsessed with horror movies.
Yeah, and the big thing about it is like the backstory of it is the year prior, Sydney's mother, Maureen Prescott, was actually murdered. She was butchered, and Sydney had appointed Cotton Weary.
Yes, he's a good actor.
Yeah, he really is. I mean, he's not in this one at all. He's in the second one.
Mm-hmm.
He's in the second one. He plays Ray Donovan. I can't remember the guy's name. But if you ever watch like Showtime, a Showtime series, Ray Donovan. He's also Sabretooth in the X-Men films. Yeah, not Tyler Mane Sabretooth, but the Wolverine movies.
Yep.
Yeah. But she points him out to be the killer, so he's currently on. Is he on death row?
I thought he was still on trial.
I don't know. They were talking to Gail had mentioned once before they're going to gas him.
Oh, okay.
So, but anyway, she points him out. They say this is the biggest. When the first murder happens with Casey and her boyfriend Steve, they say this is the biggest murder since Maureen Prescott, and this is when Sydney really gets brought into it. Yeah. So
let's talk about the opening.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
Because, like I said, to me, this is still, and I'm talking not just horror, I'm talking about any film. This really kicks off a way to where if they're doing this in the first 10 to 15 minutes of the movie, what's it going to build up to?
Yeah. So, it literally opens up directly into the movie with the phone ringing. And I love how they have the scream in the background as it's coming into focus.
Yes.
As the phone starts ringing, you can hear a scream and it just fades out. And then Casey answers the phone.
Yeah.
And you can kind of tell that something's up with the phone call because it doesn't sound like a normal guy's voice.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, yeah.
Well, and I don't know if you caught on to it, but I love the little stuff that Wes Craven wrote, the little digs, is when he's like, or he goes, the guy with the
fingers for knives.
Yeah, she's like, Freddy Krueger. He's like, yeah, that's it.
That's scary.
And she's like, yeah, well, the first one was, but the rest sucked because that was the one that he had involved with. And this movie is right after he did Wes Craven's New Nightmare.
Yeah.
But I just thought that was cool that he kind of took a little jab at all part 2, 3, 4, and 5 and all that.
But I also like how they kept it factual to the movies because one of the questions that he asked her when he he started threatening her and all this kind of, they started playing the game, was to name the killer in Friday the 13th.
Yeah, she's like, Jason.
He was like, no, that's the wrong answer. It was Mrs. Voorhees, which is true.
But I love the fact that she's like, I've seen that movie 20 gosh darn times. And he's like, and then he gets mad. He's like, and you should know it was Mrs. Voorhees. Jason didn't appear until the sequel. Mm-hmm. And then she's like, you tricked me. And I love how he's like,
lucky for you, there's a bonus round.
Yeah. But poor Steve, I'm afraid he's out.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember watching that practical effects. And dude, when she flicks that light on and his guts start pouring out, it was like, holy crap.
Yeah. But you know what stands out to me the most in that whole opening scene?
What's that?
Is the static like zoom in shot that they do on her when her mom walks outside.
Oh yeah.
Because it reminds me of that like twitch walk that you see in a lot of horror movies.
Yeah.
Like Ghosty.
Yeah.
But the camera is doing it all the way up. So what happens is she gets taken, he stabs her, drags her away, her parents come home. Her mom goes to walk outside, and then it does this static camera shot to her hanging from a tree. She's also eviscerated, guts hanging out. And that's how it goes from there.
Did you know that there's 2 masks in this film?
Is there?
Mm-hmm. If you go back and watch, when it finally shows his mask for the very first time, and she's looking out the window, and all of a sudden he jumps around, and he comes through and grabs her.
Mm-hmm.
That's the mask we all know. There's a second mask that he wore when it's in slow motion. She hits him, she takes off running, and he's behind her with the knife.
Mm-hmm.
Completely different mask.
Really?
Yeah, and then he stabs her, she goes down, and when he gets on top of her, it goes back to the mask that we all know.
And that's the one that she tried to pull off. Or yes. She did pull off, technically.
Yes.
So here's a question for the opener. Was it Billy? Or was it Stu?
I always thought that it was honestly Billy.
That's what I always thought.
Yeah.
Just the mannerisms and the way he talked.
Well, and it was, and also when they're talking about at the beginning when they're like, maybe you're the killer. And she goes, thank you, but Stu was with me all night last night.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I was. So it had to be Billy.
And then Billy even said, or after Stu said, well, I didn't kill anybody. And Billy's like, nobody said you did. And he emphasized you.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking.
He's like, thanks, buddy.
Yeah. But the thing that makes me believe that it is because after that scene, it goes to him sneaking into Sydney's window.
Yeah. And it's one of the dumbest lines. I hate when he's like, I was at home watching Exorcist and got me thinking about you. I was like, what? I'm like, is that supposed to be a pickup line? And I know this isn't like a major part, but I do like the fact that they emphasizes on she's a virgin.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the film, once she gives up to Billy, when she's finally ready, because she don't want to be touched because of everything that happened to her mother.
Yeah.
But once she gives it up, they're like, uh-oh, you're not a virgin no more. You're impure, and
now you gotta die. Those are the rules.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things, like if you watch this movie back, look at the different times Ghostface is talking or interacting. To me, when it's Stu, it seems more whimsical.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's just Stu's character. That's Matthew Lillard, for one.
Yeah.
But that's what when I'm watching, even today, I'm like, man, is that Stu? It's gotta be Stu. Makes you wonder.
I wonder if they ever actually got to wear the suit.
Oh man, I would hope so.
Well, I've met the guy that actually was the killer at Full Moon Tattoo Horror Festival. I think it was last year or the year before. I can't remember. And he was super nice, but he was the one that did all the stunts and had, but I just wonder if Billy and Stu ever got to wear it. I think the reason that I still feel like this film connects with so many people, and this is I'm 100% against school shootings. So, I mean, don't take this wrong way. No. But I think of like the Columbine shootings where the 2 friends were the outcasts and, they had this demented outlook on things.
Yeah.
It's not that Stu and Billy were outcasts, but they were obsessed with horror movies.
They were psychopaths.
Yeah. And I think that sometimes, Because if you look at the timeline, like this happened in '96, this film come out. It wasn't too far away from all that stuff happening.
Yeah, that's really close to Columbine.
Yeah, and I just feel like I think that's why a lot of people still connect to the film. I guess
Yeah.
If that makes any sense, but
I mean, if you think about it, if you go through the movie and try to think of how many people from the school actually died in the movie. Casey,
mm-hmm.
The principal, Tatum,
I think
that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it revolves around the school, but it's more focused on the group of teenagers,
Right,
than it is anything.
Yeah, they didn't go outside that realm really.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, the whole concept of getting the call, and back in the day, you did have caller ID sometimes, but you could block your number.
Yeah.
And like, especially after Casey dies at the beginning, I like how they handled the two teenage boys that was running around in Ghostface. I like how the principal, Henry Winkler, because he did so good. He because you never see him play a tough, like serious role.
The Fonz, man.
No. I'm talking like using language and stuff like that. But like when he took them scissors and he was like, "Well, maybe I should slice you." And
maybe the fair thing to do would be gut you and see what you're inside. Yeah.
To me, that scene. Now, of course, hindsight being 2020, almost makes you go,
That's also where you get another Wes Craven homage, if you will, when he's in his office by himself and he hears the knocking on the door and he goes at it. Nobody's out there. So he goes back in, here's another knock. He rushes to the door and he goes, I don't remember what he says. Something about little kids or something like that.
He says a cuss word.
Yeah, he says something. And then he said, what did you say? And then all of a sudden they pan to the janitor who is in a green and red striped sweater with the brown hat. And he says, not you, Fred. Obviously, it's Freddy Krueger. Or supposed to be Freddy Krueger.
Did you know that was Wes Craven?
No, I didn't. I never even noticed it.
Yeah. And he said, what'd you say?
There you go. But yeah, Wes Craven dressed up as Freddy Krueger.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
That's what the story was. So I really hope I got that right. But I always heard that was Wes Craven. But
I had to go back and double check your work now.
Yeah, we're gonna have to check that. You should check that while we're doing this right now, just to see it, just to clarify it.
Let me go to the IMDb bizzle.
But no, Henry Winkler in the film, like I said, I like how, going back to what I was saying, how the principal handled the bullies because he expelled them, and I like that he was like, "You want to sit here and make a mockery of this? Two of your classmates were killed, or one of your classmates were killed and gutted." Mm-hmm. I like that because it was a no nonsense BS. I really dug that.
Stu's last name was Mocker, by the way.
That's it. Yep, you're right.
Still looking.
The homage that Wes Craven pays to all the horror icons.
Wes Craven, at 52 minutes, Fred the janitor, he's wearing, So it was Wes Craven.
Okay, cool. I'm glad I got my facts right. But I like how that Wes Craven paid homage to other directors like John Carpenter and stuff. Because he didn't have to throw their names out there. Sean Cunningham, Friday the 13th.
Would him just adding those movies into his movie for me is paying homage to those directors and those movies.
Yeah,
because I mean, closer to the end of the movie, and we're doing the big party at Stu's house. They're literally sitting there watching Halloween.
Exactly.
So I mean, it just goes to show you, it's like this kind of movie paved the way for the movie you're watching now.
Because he easily could have took a shot at all the other directors and been like, mine's better and stuff.
He technically did in the beginning, but
no,
when he was talking about
his own franchise. His own franchise. Yeah. But what was your favorite kill scene? Everybody's got one.
Man. Dude, that's tough. Because when you think about it, you would think there would be like a million kill scenes in this, and there's really not.
No, there's not.
So I mean, we could just count them off. You got Casey at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
You have Henry Winkler, I think was the next kill.
Yeah.
Then you have Tatum at the party.
Yep.
You have Gail Weathers, cameraman.
Yep.
And then you have Billy, spoiler alert, and Stu.
Yeah.
Are there any more?
I don't believe so.
That's 6. There's only 6 deaths in this whole movie. That can't be right. If you don't count Maureen Prescott, because I mean, obviously it's not on screen.
Yeah, she's more involved in the third one.
Yeah. Freakily involved too. I can't think of any more. I really can't.
Well, I've got to go with Casey's.
I mean, it's the most iconic.
Yeah, and I like the fact that it's a good chase scene.
The most creative is probably Tatum's.
And I think that's one of the dumbest.
I mean, but it is the most creative.
It is, but I'm like, when I seen that, I was like, really?
No, I mean,
like she was putting up a fight.
She was putting up a fight, and then she tried to go out a doggy door.
Yeah, and the dude, I don't know. I was just like, man, I mean, it was gruesome how it squashed her, but still, I'm like, whatever. Since I first seen it, now when I was 10 years old, I was like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
but now I'm just like,
the rest of the kills are just stabs minus the shots, and then I say that, and then Stu gets a TV shoved on his head, and then Billy gets shot in the forehead.
There's an actual part in there that to this day it makes me go, oh, and I wish I would have asked Skeet about it when I met him, but when she finally gets away from Billy and Stu and she's hiding, remember she puts the costume on and she's hiding in the closet. When he opens the door,
oh, the umbrella,
she comes out and stabs him, and then after she stabs him as he's falling, she gets him right across the collarbone.
Ugh.
And his reaction to that, I was like, I wonder if she really got him. Because, I mean, it was good.
Well, if it was an unscripted part, I have to give my favorite unscripted part of the entire movie.
What's that?
At the end of the movie, closer to the end of the movie.
Yeah.
She gets away from him.
Yeah.
They're trying to find her. She calls the phone.
Yes.
So they're arguing back and forth on the phone. Billy's on the phone. We're going to find you. We're going to rip you apart. And then she was like, she calls him like a pansy mama's boy. And he throws the phone, hits Stu in the back of the head. This was not in the script at all. Stu goes, ow, you hit me with the phone, Jack. Was not in the movie whatsoever. They just kept it in there. I love it. And then he picks up the phone. He's like, hello?
He's like, did you really call the police?
My mom and dad are going to be so mad at
me. What's also, though, she's like, what's Matthew Lillard's character, Stu? She's like, Stu, what's your motive? Pure pressure.
Far too sensitive.
Yeah, and then I like, she's like, what's your favorite movie? And what's he say? I'm thinking of the wrong one. She says something about
well, when she first calls and Billy answers the phone, that's when she's like, hey, what's your favorite movie or something like that.
That's it. She's talking to Billy, yeah. But the chemistry between Stu and Billy, phenomenal.
But you really don't get it until the end of the movie.
No.
And it really happens like, oh yeah, absolutely. When they're going back and forth stabbing each other. Billy gets the final stab and he's like, hey man, stop it. I'm feeling a little woozy.
Dude, you know how crazy you got to be? Like, he said, got his arms up. He's like, come on, let's go. To let somebody just start stabbing you.
Well, their whole thing was they wanted it to seem like, spoiler alert, again, they kidnap her dad when he's supposed to be going out of town.
Yeah. And
their whole plan is to frame her dad as the killer this whole time because it's right around the anniversary. It's the anniversary that day of her mom's death.
Yeah.
So they want to frame it as her dad went crazy, started killing all these people, then killed her, and then shot himself in the head. Yeah. So unbeknownst to her, he's tied up and duct taped in the basement.
Right.
So they it's I forgot where I was going with it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm trying to catch it. It's out there. I'm trying to catch it. But yes, no. Okay, I got it. Found it.
Okay.
Boop. So their whole plan is to make it seem like he's the killer. So to do that, they even say they got away. So they have to stab themselves to make it seem like they actually got stabbed or attacked.
Yeah.
And that's what they're doing. Billy stabs Stu, and then Stu stabs Billy. Billy gets pissed and ends up just shanking Stu
Yes.
like 50 times.
So, who do you think killed Tatum?
Billy. Because Stu was in the
Exactly.
living room watching the movie.
And then all of a sudden he just shows up. And
yeah, and when everybody's leaving, he shows up on the front porch.
And the way Stu's like, Billy, what are you doing here?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love Stu's character, man.
I think Matthew Lillard stole the show. Like, every scene he's in, he did great.
That's why I think he's coming back. And I think this will be the last one.
But, that's my thing is, you get me started again. If you're going to bring back such an iconic character, don't ruin it. Don't tell everybody about it.
I'll agree with you on that one.
But I remember watching it the first time, and when Billy got stabbed, it was right after they ended up having sex.
Mm-hmm.
And when he got stabbed, and I was like, oh man, they killed Billy off, because I really thought Billy was going to be the knight in shining armor to her. And then later on, when he comes down, he's like, Sydney, and he falls down the steps. That's where I was like, You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then they pay tribute to another movie when he licks the blood on his shirt, and he's like, corn syrup. It's the same thing used as pig blood in Carrie.
Yes.
So it's like,
but one of the most shocking reveals though is when Randy comes out, because him and Stu was chasing him, wasn't he?
I don't know if Stu was chasing him or not. I think they were running up to the house at the exact same time.
And
Stu kept saying that he found Tatum and he was blaming Randy for killing Tatum.
That's it. Okay, because the reason I thought he was chasing him was because the whole time Randy's like, no, it's me, Sid. But the way Billy turns his head slowly and says, "We all go a little mad sometimes," and shoots him. That was one of the best, holy crap moments.
Yeah, and then you get Stu coming in through the kitchen, just sitting there staring. And Sydney's like hugging on him for a second. And she's like, "You killed Randy." He was like, "Surprise." Sydney pulls a little voice modulator out.
But he does it so he's expressing, like, he ain't showing no expressions at all. He's just
like,
Sydney.
Yeah, he's got that mortified look on his face. And he just looks down at her and he pulls it up out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "Surprise, Sydney." And then just the biggest smile on his face.
Yeah, then it's like he's happy he's finally being himself.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's go ahead and get on with Dewey. Like, I'm surprised.
Now, what did Mama tell you? When I wear this badge, you treat me like a man of the law.
This dude took a beating in every freaking movie.
Up until the bitter end.
Yeah. Was it me and you that went and watched Scream? Yeah.
Yeah, that was upsetting.
But no, Dewey, man, I feel like you have to have that comedic character.
Oh, yeah.
But they didn't go over the top with him to where he ruined scenes in it.
Yeah, and it was little things. Like, he was dead serious trying to be a good cop.
Mm-hmm.
But he was also you could tell he had a childish personality to him.
Yeah.
Like, when he walked into the party with Gail, and Tatum was like, "What is she doing here?" And he walked in there all excited. He's like, "She's with me," you know?
Yeah.
And then, like, when he's sitting there talking to the sheriff, and he's sitting there eating ice cream, and the sheriff says something and walks off, and he goes, and just starts eating his ice cream.
Yeah.
You know?
I love when he's like, or when Gail's like, "I'll send you a copy." Bam! City knocks her down. And then later, Tatum's there. She's like, "I'll send you a copy." Bam! Switch went down. "I'll send you a copy." Bam! Sydney, super witch. You know? Yeah.
Oh, then, like, that same, talking about that, you're talking about Dewey.
Mm-hmm.
That same scene, she gets another call from Ghostface.
Yeah.
And Stewie's like nowhere to be seen. Not Stewie. Dewey is nowhere to be seen. Hangs up the phone. He comes out of the room and he's like, "What? What happened? What happened?" And then everybody leaves and he just looks at the phone and he goes, "Hello." Just all serious.
Oh.
But it's like, it's little comedic parts. And most of them are saved for him and Stu.
Oh, yeah.
Randy's got a couple of little comedic parts, but it's mainly Stu and Dewey. Hands down.
One of my favorite scenes is where Stu and Randy are talking in the video store.
Oh, yeah.
And Randy, because, I mean, I don't care what anybody says. Yeah, he's goofy, but the dude picks up on stuff. And he's like, what? He's just talking. He's like, yeah, but if you were suspect number one of killing somebody, he goes, would you be standing in the horror section? Like, he picks up on stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, well, but I love when he turns around and there's Billy. And Billy, like, is set, eyes locked, and everything. He's like, how do we know you didn't go nuts?
Mm-hmm.
And everything.
And then Stu comes up behind him. He's like, so what's your motive?
Yeah.
But it's cool because it just goes to show you, like, Randy is dead serious set on this horror movie thing. Because when they're sitting there at the party and they're watching Halloween, he starts talking about the rules of a horror movie. Do you remember all the rules?
Don't say I'll be right back. I don't know them in order.
Not in order. Okay.
Okay. How many is there?
I think there was 4. So it's no sex.
No sex, no drugs.
No drugs, no drinking.
Never say I'll be right back.
Never say I'll be right back. I'm wondering. That might be all of them. I think that's it.
Maybe.
I think so.
But I always said Randy would be me.
Oh yeah.
Like I would.
Oh yeah.
That would be me.
No question.
I'd be at a party and everybody's talking. I'm like, guys, we're watching Halloween here.
Right.
You know, I remember going to a bachelor party, and the one and only bachelor party I've ever been to, and we were drinking. But I remember sitting down, eating tacos from Taco Bell, and me and another guy that was there was watching Freddy's Dead. While everybody else is over there like doing shots and stuff, I'm sitting there like, hey man, did you know
everybody's partying? Johnny's eating tacos and watching horror movies.
I was drinking, but still, that was my man. I know before we continue to keep talking and saying stuff, I just want to go ahead real quick and say that I'm giving this movie an A.
Oh yeah. No question. I find it hard pressed to find a bad spot in this movie. I really do.
So what are you scoring it?
I'm giving it an A.
Right on.
No doubt.
The reason I went ahead and just said my grade is because what I'm fixing to get into is now is like the film itself is still creepy. Yes, granted that it's not supernatural or nothing like that, but to me that's what makes it feel creepy is that this stuff could really happen.
And you know, one of the biggest things that I like about it so much is they make the killer human.
Yeah.
When he's fighting, you can hear him grunting. You can actually hear him getting exhausted and being vocal. And he's not talking the whole time.
Right.
But he's making noises like anybody would if they got punched in the gut.
Yeah, yeah.
Michael Myers doesn't do that.
Mm-mm.
Jason, Freddy, none of them do that.
Right.
The only other one that I can think of that you consider slasher is Leatherface. Leatherface did it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the only other one that I can think of.
Yeah.
But I think that's why that's why it resonates so much because it's more realistic than any other.
And like we said, it could really happen.
Yeah.
I mean, two friends could get together and be like, hey, we want to make a horror movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, people take this stuff so seriously.
Oh yeah.
You know, like don't get me wrong, I can't talk. I'm obsessed with this stuff. I love this stuff, but
I've often had questions.
but it's not the point to where I'm like, I wonder what it'd be like to really hurt someone. I ain't never went that far with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's been times where he's invited me out to the camper with just the two of us, and I've been nervous.
It was right after we watched Sleepaway Camp.
Shout out Felicity.
Yes. But so with this being your favorite horror franchise, why is it?
honestly, it's because one of the reasons is it's so realistic. Because there's nothing in this movie that can't happen in real life.
Mm-hmm.
Some of it might be not necessarily plausible.
It's exaggerated.
Yeah. I mean, and just think about it. If this was to happen in this day and age, they would have got caught pretty quick because of evidence.
Yeah.
And granted, probably back in 1996, they would have been able to collect enough evidence to actually catch somebody.
Right.
You know what I mean? What I like about it is it starts off the way the movie's gonna go. And it doesn't start off like slow and then take like 30 minutes to ramp up.
Right.
You get to the point right within the first 2 minutes, you know? And they keep it going through the whole thing. And we talk about them. I never realized the movie was almost 2 hours long. It's like an hour 50 minutes.
Yeah.
But there's not a dead spot in it because every single scene is furthering the story that much farther. And it keeps it going. Even some of the scenes that you wouldn't think would be that necessarily doesn't put into the movie, you wouldn't think, but it does. Like even the scene where Sydney's home alone before she gets her phone call.
Yes.
She's reminiscing and she's, going through all that good stuff. Yeah.
And another thing too is, which we haven't addressed, you're talking about being realistic. I love how they also show how the town is affected by it.
Yeah.
Like the curfews and stuff. I think that's legit how even they would handle stuff nowadays.
Yeah, another movie tribute they paid, That Town That Dreaded Sundown.
Yeah.
She makes the comment when they're out and they talk about The Town That Dreaded Sundown.
And I just bought that.
Hey.
I literally just bought that last week. Don't knock over my stuff.
Burlap Man. Anyway.
Yep. But fun fact, do you know what that movie's based off of?
I should, but I
Son
don't.
of Sam.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm. But anyway, man, I feel like I said at the beginning, I feel like this could have been a standalone film.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I do like the franchise, the only weak one to me is 3 and 4. 2 I thought was really good. My problem with the franchise, I guess, is the whole, especially the third one, I'm your brother.
Yeah.
I'm like, don't start bringing in people like that.
Well, see, and the thing about it is, though, it's kind of the thing we said with Smile. It's really a movie that you could keep making movies on forever.
Yeah.
Because you can always, 50 years down the road, you can tie this person to the original Ghostface killer in some way or fashion, some form or fashion. Smile was the same way. The only thing you got to do is say that somebody smiled at them at the end of the movie beforehand, and you just keep it going.
My only problem with that is always going after Sydney.
Yeah.
Like, I could see if they did it maybe in another city, in another part of the country, something like that. They did.
In
the New York one?
6?
Yeah.
6?
New York?
Yeah, they did it.
And that worked.
And that was actually Billy's daughter.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, after a while, it's like, man, come on, guys. And one of my biggest pet peeves with this franchise is, I'll say, pretty much from the third one on, it was very easy to tell who was going to be the killers.
They weren't.
Or killer.
It was really hard. I say it was really hard. It was harder in the first one than any of them.
Oh, now the first and second one, I didn't have a clue.
Yeah.
Especially because they did it right. They had Billy's mom.
Mm-hmm.
You never pictured that.
Yeah, and she was the only killer in the second one.
Mm-hmm.
No. It was
the guy that plays Unjustified.
Yeah. Crap. What's his name?
Gonna bug you.
It's gonna drive me crazy, and you know it too, don't you?
You talking about the actor himself, or the character's name?
No, the actor.
But anyway, so while you stew on that, get it?
Stew.
Randy
Stew.
All right.
Anyway,
but yeah, and the rest of them though, like I said, it was very predictable.
The movie one, hot garbage.
The movie one.
Whether they were trying to make the
Part
movie.
3.
Yeah, it's garbage.
And that's the only Scream that had one killer in it.
But they paid homage to something that Sydney said in the first one that made Tori Spelling her character.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that was kind of cool.
And Gail Weathers' haircut in the third one. Wow. I don't know what she was thinking with the bangs.
Get off of Gail, man.
I just don't like her, man.
I know.
And you know why I don't like her, honestly? Because she did Dewey so wrong. All the time, dude.
She was a reporter. She was using them for...
Yeah, and he was an idiot that just kept giving in.
He was a childish kiddo.
Right.
He was 25. I was 24 for a whole year.
Yeah. So you got anything else you want to share about the movie itself, man?
Man, I don't think so. I mean, again, it's the 30-year anniversary this year. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. I mean, you'd be hard pressed to find anybody that hadn't watched it if that's their jam, their kind of movie. And Ghostface for the longest time was one of the most popular Halloween costumes that you could get.
Oh yeah,
they even got it to where you get a little pump and had blood streaming down it and stuff.
I had the knife.
Yeah,
I had the mask too.
Did you?
And here's the thing, though: if you haven't seen the movie, don't sit there and go, "Well, that's an old movie." If you've never seen it, it's not old. It's new to you.
Yeah.
So I mean,
don't let anybody ever tell you just because it's an old movie, it's not a good movie.
Right.
Unless it's the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
He doesn't like that one.
Sally! It's so stupid.
You know what's funny on that, though? That one character ruined it for you.
Yeah.
But then when I say something about one character or an actor ruin it, you get mad.
It's because that's the one movie for me, and you've got 50.
Yeah, I do. But
anyway.
Yeah. Well, that is our review of the 1996 Scream. Still holds up to this day. And next week we will be coming at you
from a parking lot.
Yeah, I think so. We're probably going to go ahead and film it right there at the parking lot after we get out from seeing Scream 7. 7, dude.
Man, I think it'll be the last one. Because they're going back to Neve Campbell.
I don't know.
If they're going to end with the original.
I don't know. I just hope they got something up their sleeve that makes this one live up.
They'll probably bring Billy back too as a ghost, and they'll make it supernatural in this one.
Maybe. But I really hope just out of spite Stu doesn't show up. Or it's a cameo where like it's just a flashback. That's what I would laugh at.
I honestly think that's what it's going to be.
And I hope it is. And
if it's just a flashback to him, if it's not that, I think he'll show up at the very end of the movie.
And then it'll lead into part 8.
For like 5 minutes, maybe.
But we hope you guys and gals are enjoying what we're putting out. We thank you guys for following us on YouTube. And actually, me and Randy's got some pretty cool news. If you follow us on Spotify, now our podcast has been spread to almost every downloadable audio you can get except for Pandora.
Now we can officially say wherever you get your podcast.
Like, we're now on iHeartRadio. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Pocket Cast, and then one of the big ones we had never even knew about that we were on is Amazon Music.
That's a big one.
Yeah. So if you like watching the YouTube channel, hey, hit that subscribe button. Let your friends and family know.
Hit the button.
Yes. Let us know your feelings on screen. If you think it still lives up. And if you just want to listen to the audio, man, find us anywhere now. And that's Small Town Cinema. Just remember that.
Always.
Yeah. So as always, just remember that we review the movies.
So you don't have to.
You gotta find me first, you pansy-ass mama's boy.
Fucking hit me with the phone, Dick!